Und deswegen haben wir manche Sachen, die sind aus dem frühen Mittelalter. Und dieses hier ist ein bisschen grausam. Und zwar, ich würde sagen, das ist ein Marterfall. Also eine Säule, wo man damals die Leute aufgehangen hat. Und hier auf der linken Seite, das im zentralen Platz. So. So, wo wir jetzt hinfahren, ist zur ehemaligen Einkaufsstraße zu Zeiten der Könige. Und da waren die Modisten, die Schuhmacher, da waren die Tuchmacher für die Blaubütigen und deren Gefolge. Und das Besondere daran ist, dass die meisten Geschäfte natürlich aufgehört haben, weil wir nicht mehr dieses Klientel haben, aber es sind ein paar übrig geblieben. Und die werde ich euch gleich zeigen. Besagte Straße hinein, in wenigen Augenblicken. Und zwar, sie heißt Rua Garet. Und zwar ist diese hier. Natürlich sind die meisten Geschäfte jetzt mit modernen Marken bestückt. Also das sind unsere Bangladeschi-Kollegen. Das sind diejenigen, die dann die Burg zeigen und einfach nur sagen, Burg. Das ist ist dann Ihre Beschreibung. So, und eines der Geschäfte seht ihr jetzt auf der rechten Seite. Und zwar, das ist ein Juwelier. Hat zwar einen modernen Namen, aber die Innenseite ist noch das alte. Schaut mal hier, auf der rechten. So, und ein anderes Geschäft ist für was ganz anderes nun bekannt. Und zwar, das ist der Buchhandel. Und zwar ist bekannt, dass es die älteste Buchhandel der Welt ist. Wird auf meiner linken Seite erscheinen, aber das ist das Eckgebäude. Wir müssen ein bisschen warten, um dahin zu kommen. Die heißt Livreria Bertrand und ist ununterbrochen in Funktion seit 1732. Irgendjemand von den Amerikanern hat mir gesagt, nee, die älteste Bücherei ist bei uns in den Staaten. Da habe ich zu dem gesagt, nee, diese Bücherei ist älter wie die Staaten. Hola, bon dia. So. Eine unserer liebenswürdigsten Kolleginnen. So, und jetzt hier kommen wir zu dem Wichtigsten für den Mann. Was kann das sein? Frag mal den einzigsten Mann, der weiß es auch nicht. Okay, ich würde sagen das Bier, oder? Ja, okay, ist nicht das Wichtigste. Okay, wir kommen zu der Brauerei, die alte Brauerei. Und zwar ist die auch mit Fliesen, aber in der Farbe unseres Bieres goldgelb. Und das will er. Bitte schaut mal auf meine linke. Da seht ihr ein goldgelbes Haus mit. Genau. So. Und der nächste ist der Platz Carmo. Und wir hatten ja ein Erdbeben 1755 gehabt und ein Gebäude wurde nicht wieder aufgebaut. Das ist sozusagen das Denkmal des Erdbebens. Das ist die Kirche Carmo auf dem Platz Carmo. Das dauert jetzt wieder ein paar Momente. Und der Carmo kommt jetzt auf der rechten Seite. So, und gleich nach dem Carmo ist das Hauptquartier der Nationalgarde. Und da ist auch eine der Nationalgarde davor. Und schaut mal, der Kerl hat blonde Haare auf dem Helm. Also wenn irgendjemand behauptet, wir sind nicht blond, also hier, da ist einer. Auch wenn auf dem Helm. Ne? So, auf der linken Seite ist unser ältestes Theater. Das ist Theater Trinidade. Ja, das könnte man sogar auf Deutsch übersetzen. Theater der Dreifaltigkeit. auf meiner Linken. Sieht so ein bisschen aus, als wäre es nicht in Funktion, aber das ist, täuscht ein bisschen. Abends machen sie hier die Holztüren auf, dahinter sind Glastüren mit den nächsten Veranstaltungen. Ja. So, wir sind jetzt auf dem Weg zu unserem wichtigsten Poeten. Unser wichtigster Poet ist Luís de Camões, Poet des 16. Jahrhunderts, zu Hochphasen der Kolonisation und der Entdeckungen. Und der hat ein Buch geschrieben über die Entdeckungen, hat also auch mit den Entdeckern und Captains und Matrosen reden können. Und dieses Buch heißt As Lusíadas, und dieses Buch muss jedes Schulkind lesen in Portugal. Und seine Statue wird auf der rechten Seite erscheinen, auf meiner rechten Seite. Luís de Camões. Und zwar jetzt. Seht ihr? Ja. So. So, bitte schaut mal auf bei der rechten Seite, da seht ihr die rosa-rote Straße. Hier. Hier. Das hat, hier. Das ist so eine Art Partystraße. Abends geht es hier ab wie die Luzi. So, da laufen auch so ein bisschen die Transvestiten hoch und runter und machen dann irgendwelche witzigen Gesten. Der wurde nach den Erdbeben gebaut. Im Erdbeben sind sehr viele Leute gestorben, also hatte sich die Regierung verpflichtet, was für die Leute zu tun. Seitdem sind unsere Marktplätze alle überdacht, angefangen mit dem Gebäude. Wieder wellig auf den Straßen. So, das ist übrigens unser Garage. Eu não sei onde está, vocês não dizem. Eu não sei onde está o novo carro. Não sei onde quem é, mano.
Aqui tem um tique, tem mensagem.
Meninas, bom dia! ese está a trabajo. El 25 está a trabajo. Sí, está aquí se lo muy. Eu vou soltar então rápido. Só para demora quanto tempo? Nada. Então deixamos assim. Eu vou encarregar porque você está no trabalho. Para que conseguir. E essa gente eu não tive oportunidade.
tirar água no meio da cama, fala pra ele pra tirar a bateria e ter cuidado pra carregar.
Incrível. Não, meu primeiro vídeo para as pessoas. Lá no meio, faz a olhazinha para a próxima.
Entra de frente e mete aqui ao frente. Anda. Anda, mete aqui ao fundo.
Also können nicht mehr dann. Dann bis jetzt schön ist, was er hat. Oktober wird es nicht. Oktober wird es nicht lang. selber.
Ja, stimmt, irgendwo ist aber alles fertig.
Naja. Mein Dienstchef hat schon mal kurz gerechnet. Das heißt, wenn viel rechnet,
Ja,
7 Wochen und 7 Monate.
ja.
Das war weniger Ding. Also was haben wir noch gehabt? Wir brauchten keine Kleinleitung zu nehmen. Wir haben ein Grundstück im Garten. Ach, muss mal kein Wasser, aber guck mal gerade 4 Kopien Wasserverbrauch. Das sind wir zum Kochen.
Ja, das ist normale.
Sonst hat man ja noch Stecken noch voll machen, alle noch an. Deshalb war es so voll. 10 Liter Tank, die 100 Liter, die 1000 Liter. Da war keiner voll.
Genug.
Also alles gut, so kommt die Tomaten, die Rüben, alles so. Die Gurken. Die Kartoffeln waren richtig rote Kartoffeln, nicht so wie die ganzen Jahre. Ja, weil immer geregnet hätte und ständig mit dem Schlauch, das kostet so viel Geld, das Wasser. Den Rasen muss man jede Woche mähen. Der Wein ist sehr schön. Wie in Land.
ja, die haben auch so.
Wir müssen daheim hat man auch nicht geschmeckt. Außer dem Port, weil die Kurve, wo die Fahrt haben, guten Port sein. Okay. Ja.
Ja, ja. Sogar geil, was das geht. Aus der Haus. Das ist die ganze Atmosphäre. Ja.
Wir haben früher auch Aber daheim ist
Morgen ist Ruhe, aber wenn er nicht ist, und dann ist es das Ding.
Ja, aber da unten kann man alles sehen.
Das ist so weit.
Schon mal gesehen. Aber da unten ist noch alles so gut.
So, schaut mal bitte auf die rechte Seite. Da seht ihr einer der Elevadores. Also das ist so eine Art Seilbahn, weil das steile Bett aufgeht. Ne? Und die sind alle außer Funktion, weil wir hatten vor 4 Wochen ein großes Unfall.
Das hat man gesehen.
Weil diese spezielle, die ist verunglückt gerade eine Woche nach der Prüfung. Ja? Und deswegen wurden alle außer Betrieb genommen, bis die Sache geklärt ist. Ja? Nein, das war nicht hier. Die haben 7 davon. Jetzt haben wir hier wieder den wichtigsten Poeten, Luis de Camões. mal von hinten. Wollt ihr ein Foto davon machen? Ich kann, wenn ihr wollt, kann ich noch einmal rumfahren, da kannst du ein schönes Foto machen. Dann siehst du dann auch von vorne. Ja?
Fährt noch mal rum.
Eine Ehrenrunde, genau. Okay, der achtet nicht auf den Verkehr, dann gehen wir gerade vorbei. So, Achtung. Wenn es noch grün bleibt, dann können wir direkt gleich von vorne sehen. Ja. Achtung. Gleich könnt ihr euch vorbereiten, ein Foto zu machen. Und zwar hier, jetzt. Klappt? Super. So, eine Ehrenrunde. Einmal von vorne, einmal von hinten. So, und ab durch die Mitte. An der schönen Straßenbahn vorbei. So, also ihr wisst ja, wir waren die ersten, die so ein großes Imperium gehabt haben über die 5 Kontinente. Und am Anfang haben wir die Navigation beherrscht, waren die ersten, die das auch in den großen Weltmeeren eingesetzt haben. So, aber als die anderen großen Nationen dazugekommen sind, also das heißt die wirklich mit vielen Einwohnern, da mussten wir anfangen, unsere Schiffe anders zu bauen. Und speziell ein Schiffstyp, dessen Name die Nau war, also Nau, N-A-U. Und dieses war speziell, weil von den 3 oder 4 Masten waren immer 2 Masten mit Dreieckssegeln. So, was ist mit Dreieckssegeln? Die Dreieckssegel, nur mit Dreieckssegeln kannst du gegen den Wind segeln, also im Zickzackkurs. Ja? Also wenn du einen Mast hast, dann muss es immer ein Dreieckssegel sein. Aber du möchtest nicht gegen den Wind. Du suchst die Route aus, wo du weißt, dass der Wind meistens von hinten kommt. So, die Portugiesen haben für den Schiffstyp in Kauf genommen, dass der langsamer war, wenn der Wind von hinten kam. Wegen einer einzigen Sache. Wenn sie auf eine Route gekommen sind, wo sie von anderen Mächten bedroht worden sind, dann konnten sie mit dem Schiff im Gefahrenfall gegen den Wind drehen und dadurch, weil wir 2 Dreieckssegel haben und die anderen nur einen, ist dieser Schiffstyp schneller gewesen. Gegen den Wind natürlich nur. So, ihr seid ja keine Amerikaner. Die Amerikaner hätten gleich gesagt, Moment mal, so ein großer Schiff, der braucht doch lange, bis der umdreht. Und das stimmt. Dann würden die sagen, ja, das kannst du doch geschossen, da kannst du doch geschossen werden in der Zeit. Und das stimmt auch. Und deswegen gab es auch einen anderen Kanonentyp auf diesem Schiff. Erstmal wieder etwas, was weniger kräftig aussieht. Diese Kanonen waren kleiner, aber sie hatten ein großes Loch auf der Rückseite gehabt. Und sie hatten metallene Krüge gehabt. In den metallenen Krüge, da konnte man den Pulver und die Kanonenkugel vorbereiten, in diese Aussporung reinschießen. Der andere hat dann vorbereitet, die nächste hat man getauscht, geschossen, getauscht, geschossen. Also man konnte viel häufiger schießen. Also ist man gegen den Wind gedreht, hat geschossen wie verrückt und niemand wollte in der Nähe eines solchen Schiffs sein, wenn es soweit war. Und diese Schiffe, die hatten keine 3 Decks mit Kanonen, sondern nur ein Deck. Das hat auch ausgereicht. Diese Kanone hatten aber einen großen Fehler gehabt. Sie waren nicht sehr präzise. Jedes Mal, wenn man einen Schuss gesetzt hat, der nächste Schuss ist irgendwo anders angekommen. Es war also nicht dafür gedacht, um Kriege zu führen. Das war einzig und allein für die Flucht. Aber wir waren ja nur 1 Million Einwohner, also viele Kriege wollten wir eh nicht. Und wir hatten ja noch andere Schiffstypen. So, warum sage ich das jetzt? Wir werden jetzt in einer neu gebauten Straße fahren, die nach diesem Schiffstyp benannt ist. Und warum hat man genau da die Straße gebaut? Naja, weil wir an der portugiesischen Marine entlang fahren. Ja? An der Küste zum Hafen hinaus. Und wie unser Regierungsgebäude üblich ist das Regierungsgebäude nicht in weiß, sondern viel passender für die Marine in Himmelblau. So, ein Momentchen. Wir fahren jetzt in diese neu gebaute Straße ein, wie die Bäder des Naus. Und auf der linken Seite seht ihr ein großes blaues Gebäude und das ist die älteste Marine der Welt seit 1317. So, und jetzt wundert euch wahrscheinlich, warum es so holprig ist. Ja, die Straße wurde neu gebaut, aber irgendwie ist das so ein Beispiel von verlorene Liebesmühe und Geld. Ja?
Ja, wie bei uns.
So. Und ihr seht, da ist auch ein Mast. Unten ist die Portugiese-Fahne und oben ist eine Fahne mit einem grünen Kreuz drauf. Und das bedeutet, dass der General im Haus ist. Das ist die Flagge des Generals. Also wir haben für alles eine Flagge. Wir haben halt einfach eine lange Tradition. Und deswegen haben wir wirklich für alles eine Flagge. Und dann sehen wir hier vier Fahnen. 2 unserer Kräfte, das Konvent Christi, und 2 blaue, das ist das Logo der portugiesischen Marine, 2 Dreieckssegel. In der Beziehung zu diesem Schiffstyp. da sind wir wieder.
Ja, ja, ich weiß, schon nicht rein. Zu spät.
Du gehst mir auch die ganze Zeit. Ja. Kann man auch immer mit dem Köpfchen dran. Man denkt, das kann nicht passieren, aber doch. Das passiert unterwegs.
Und seine Bauchkinder abmachen.
Ja.
Ja, Dankeschön. Hier hin trinken oder Wein hin trinken.
Ja, natürlich.
Ja, schön.
Ja, ja, komm, bora. Ja, podemos já. Já?
Nein, soll ich meinen mit, bitte?
Ô, Thiago, ajuda a fazer uma fotografia.
Calma aí.
Hier, mein Kollege mit euch.
Und gesund noch? Direkt lange noch machen können? Immer weg. Dankeschön nochmal, danke. War sehr schön. Beim nächsten Mal kommen wir rüber.
Sehr gut. Não, eu tenho uma coisa. step, which helps you a bit to come
We're
in.
good. I think we're good. There's a little step right there. Okay.
We try to keep ourselves in shape.
We try.
So João, how can we hear you? Is it
Oh, I have no speaker. I have a strong voice.
okay? Good.
But anyways, because you are my right client, so I will be introduced to the
I see. Over here.
a bit about the story before we started.
Okay.
Yeah.
The time will just start when I really drive.
Okay.
Because so just to understand me, I am a Portuguese who born in Germany. My father was on the army in the war, and in the dictatorship he had a permission because he was in the war. He left the country. So that's why I know this country from outside, and I understand how few people, how much you know and don't know, and what you can do. And I think that is my biggest force. That's the second. And because of you, thank you that you explain what you want to have.
Yes.
So, Marquês de Pombal,
I was asking about the Marquis de Pombal. He's the one that built up after the hurricane.
yeah. Let's talk about this one day, because this one day changed a lot, not only for Portugal, but the whole world. To be, I have to say accurate, because the whole world was
I'm
more
sorry,
or less.
it was an earthquake.
It was,
Correct.
yes. It was an earthquake, right? And we are more or less in the Baixa. And the Portuguese like the simple words, and Baixa means church, down.
Okay.
And it is down. And when we go here up on the right, go up and up, and there's a whole quarter who is up.
That's
And
the
it is called
Alto.
Bairro Alto. Yeah, which means uptown. So I will mention it often, because we Portuguese, we have a complicated and long history, but we like to be simple as possible. But we was at all the age, so all the day. So that was the 1st November 1755. It is on the top. Is it is holy day. It is also have a meaning because he was happened. And in Bairro Alto, there lived the more richer people. And carpet in the wall, carpet on the floor, and the oil, they get falling down. Part against the ground. These people run to downtown, and they feel safe in front of the palace of the king, because things are given by God.
So it was a triple. It was a fire, an earthquake, and this tsunami.
Yes. So, all the people, a lot of people writing letters all over Europe. And you can narrow down and more or less say one question. Why this country was born in fighting for Christianity and then even spread all over the world, get punished by God. It was the Renaissance. Was fundamentalistic Christians, and this fundamentalistic didn't fit on that part. The people didn't fit over. So the time exchange from the Renaissance to the New Age. What has happened? So Renaissance, we had stockings. Okay, that is. What has happened in the New Age? The democratization of Europe. The founding of the United States, and also the Napoleon Wars. So, I want to introduce you to that moment. From this time of the earthquake, Bolshevik, heritage, very successful So Marquis de Pombal, yes, we think this is one of the things when I read. We think he had ideas from the what is the name?
The Freemasons.
The Freemasons. He was very looking forward. The thing is, his status was not legal at all. He just have this permission to rebuild, maybe, but not to change the plans. But he tried. He tried, and also she, because the successor of Jose I, by the way, is my favorite king. It is
Jose the first is, or the
the successor after Jose I is my favorite, and she is a woman. And maybe that's why before we get the possibilities to get, and she was the first king. And also my that's why I will introduce to that.
Okay.
But we want to see a bit about Marquis de Pombal.
Oh, and then Queen
Maria the First.
Maria the First. Yes.
Oh, okay, let's go to
Let's
Maria.
go to Maria
It's
the
my,
First.
my,
And
okay.
your favorite.
So, we have a great history. We have a lot of big kings, very strong kings. So Maria the First, ceremony at the time changed. And Maria the First have to face with Napoleon. Because of her, how do you say, we have something in common with Russia. Because Russia was not overtaken by Napoleon because of its size. And Portugal was not overtaken by Napoleon because we was very smart. And our leader was one king. First king. So what she did? First, she changed the capital. Take the honor to be capital from Lisbon, put it to Rio de Janeiro. It became the capital of our empire in South America. And all the important people to maintain the empire have to Brazil. So, but when the war came in, we didn't face the Mazani like the others would do. Faced the guerrilla armies. So after weeks, Napoleon could not establish in Portugal. And the Spanish get notice he was already overtaken. The frontiers and have the Portuguese, and then he flee, I will tell you, push back Napoleon. He flee England. So we have a very special relation with England. And now we talk about miracles. It had also to do with England. There's one thing in Portuguese history comes again. Every time when this tiny little nation helps someone, it's stronger, it's capable of bigger. So, but first, when we start our nation, was very thankful to other peoples. Our nation was started very special because the crown prince decided to make an own country. The kingdom he was crown prince was on the northern western edge of nowadays Spain. Kingdom called Leon, the part of Spain. So, in this part, they settled the Celtic from the north. Irish, Scottish, and Welsh. To understand the circumstances around, maybe we have to understand also where the Celtic came from. The Celtic was all over Europe, 5,000 years ago. But most of Europe, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. So from this part they settled in the northern west edge, just a little part. And there was 4th century, more or less, was good our language, Portuguese. Portuguese merged Celtic with the Latin because the Romans came by. makes different. That makes the Portuguese different. The Spanish. The Spanish have no Celtic influence. This area only in the east, nowadays Spain, was the Ibero Celtics, and they became the Basque and the Catalonia, which have still its own language. So, and this kingdom was already fighting against the Moors, against Islam, fighting down, and when the king, Prince, arrived to Porto, he begins to decide to make it out. He found that it was Italians. The Romans fight for the Romans take it over, and then later the Dutch. So the Italians, we know there was a temple, but they had similar artifacts, masses. These firms we found by excavation. We have a lot of looking like Stonehenges, very small, not that old in England, but the same purpose. And a special symbol, normally we only relied to the Catholic. So even there was not Catholic, maybe they had the same religion or a kind of big influence from the Celtic. So these Corinthians arrived at Porto, which is the northern edge of this old part where the Lusitania was, because the Romans said they are in between the big rivers. One is here, the other is at Porto. Maybe he thought to join the Celtic, he knows that his country was the Celtic to one country. In this time period, they had it. So, then the baby needs a name. And the old name of Porto was Portus Capital. Portus in Latin, it's half. Fortuna. No, I believe I'm not 100% historian. But one of the theories is it came from the Celtic. If it came from the Celtic, then it means mountain. And the old Porto was on two mountains. And I had an article found some Irish guy. I asked him, do you speak Gaelic? Which is the old Celtic language, which is not very spoken in Ireland, unfortunately. But he said, I speak perfect Gaelic. Great! Tell me all the words you know about mountain or hills. And one of these words was not Gala, was Gal. Like Portugal. So there we are. So I said, always when we help someone. So we get help. Even when the Crumpets was in Leon, there was already the Crusaders all over the world. So, but the biggest amount for our country of Christianity, there was the English. And 12 years later, after starting the nation, this king arrived to take over the castle from the Moors and named it after the king. His name was George I. But he did not this castle like the king, because the kings Portuguese they started with his own George, so and called it like a son. So even a son had more work than a king. So even he pushed his own. God named the castle San So we were thankful. So you will see on the ice point, you will see the castle. So and then we started to have some objects. So let's talk about the Templar Knights. Templar Knights of Bishop of Youth are also one of my favorite stories. Templar Knights was active on the sides. Middle East, Europe, in that time we talk about
The Catholic Church.
well, in that time all it was Catholic, the Christian was all Catholic. In the Middle East there was already pushed off, so there was just in Europe. and the sense is French, so the majority was in France. So, and there was the only one who had the permission to lend money. Because the pilgrim can get in trouble, ask for money, ask why they have a life, they're gonna give. Church at that time, it was not Christian. So,
Unless you were in Knights Camp.
Unless
you were a Christian knight.
So, yeah, there was special. It was even not British at that time. There was something completely unique. So, and so there was the only one who had the permission. So you can guess if you were the only bank in Europe, you get rich next year. And that notice also the king of France, Philip IV. His nickname was the Beginning. Money by the Templars. Kings were given by God, so the Templars give them up. And we ask again, Templars give, again give. One day, the Templars said no. Okay. Which is authority of the world. Go. So, he said that the Templars are praying to the devil, and he says so much to the Templars. The Pope and follow them, accepted them. Templars accepted them from all over Europe. Where they could come. Portugal. Of course, you know, Portugal is more or less Catholic even today. Back then, everything was Catholic extremely. So our king had to follow the Pope. What she did? He did. You open and you bring them. And when the put all the Templars inside, then the Templars disappeared. Problem solved. They even took the sign of it, which was a red cross with big endings. Oh, but I have to change a bit. Inside. So now it becomes very interesting. They have to flee in the year 1307. 10 years later, the first and oldest navy was found. Portuguese navy, and it gets, since beginning, the sign of the convent of Christ. The red cross. Get we had ships also fighting, but really organized navy started with the Templars. So we had the first, and that time the only one, and the same French king wants to take England. That was in the 100 Years' Wars. 100 Years' Wars. Maybe you have heard about Jeanne d'Arc.
Yes.
D'Arc
Yep.
help,
Yep.
or maybe all the citizens English was pushed away from France. But France want even more. They want to take England. And France, in that time, and even centuries after it, was the most populated country in Europe. At that time, 40 million. England at that time, after the Black Death, just 6.5. French want to come out, ask for help. This was there. It was the only navy on that part. So not even one French could put the feet on English ground. They both learned, okay, maybe you could take it. So the same French king can send until Roche against the Polonaise. Joined with the most populated country in the peninsula area, which was Castile. 7 million. France and Castile have a special army. Portuguese, we a lot of countries in many areas had it. We had a navy, but not an army. Who fight in that war mostly was a normal working, these are working stuff. So they came over about 100 kilometers from here. We had time to prepare the site. And we get help by the English, the famous longbow lights. So they came over, and because we make a lot of trips, a lot of people died even to reach the Portuguese, which was the Marino. We came there, a lot of people died on the traps, but they began to fight. After hours, the Castilians came to run. There was a woman, a bakery woman with her bakery shovel. They say she had 6 fingers in the air. She killed 7 Castilians on the run with that bakery shovel. So I don't know if you are medicine, but I asked the doctor and I said, 6 fingers, is that possible? And he said, it's very possible because it is second most common misspelling of babies are 6 fingers.
Oh, wow.
Very small,
Yes.
sometimes even with bones, but always without function. So normally they cut it off. Nowadays, back then everything was given by God. They let it like it is. So yes, it was happened, and there we say Portuguese. So and then the English and the Portuguese decide to make an alliance. The oldest alliance still in force is between Portugal and England. Since 1384. Treaty of Lisbon. Always write the number because there's a lot of things. They call it all. So, yeah. So now you have a night. We help the Templar Knights. We get Navy. We help England.
We get alliance.
Not only Alliance. We start to get the colonization. So we was the first one to make an empire over the 5 continents. Our empire also, the sun goes without. The navigation was used in the Mediterranean Sea, who used then really on the big ocean. First was the Portuguese. And back then they used the 3 measurements of the Romans, which was a big work of calculation. The navigator was always calculating. So he was the first, and there's some how we make it happen. Even it was just 1 million that I will give you, but because it turns out that the English became the biggest one, so it was not, because the biggest one was not our enemy. So we started at first, and we leave at last. Country like Angola was 500 years old. Means there's even a lot of countries here in Europe are not that old. Even in this old Europe. So we was okay. I have to say we are one of the older countries in Europe. It could be everybody. Angola was double long Portuguese than Germany existed or Italy. So then, now another one, because I want to close this story that we have always one, and then we will start.
Okay.
So the second and definitely also is again was helped then by the Pope. They have to flee all over Europe. A lot of people came to Portugal. And like the same story, we have to follow the Pope somehow. We just say change your religion. Of course, it's bad also in the view of today, but it is better to die. So the most of them change religion. They change also the name. They choose Latin names of the lands. tent outside the Christian, but the most Jewish. By the way, the Jews in Portugal was never forced to change religion. Only the absolutely to calm down the situation. So that is very special. So the world around Lisbon for Portugal was Lisbon. So there came so much Jews. Nowadays, 20% of the population of the Portuguese have Jewish descent. And we know it because we have the Latin names. And the old names in Portugal are not Latin. They are Lusitanian or Celtic. So now is the moment I want to introduce my last names. Because we have the tradition to get the name from father and mother. And if you have a bit money in that generation, you take the whole late names of the father or mother or even the priest over generation. If you found some Portuguese with a very long last name, then he's here for generations, a wealthy family, a good family. I have just three last names. That's it. My first last name is Jacinto. The second is Esteves. It's also Latin, Jewish descent. It's a bush, it's also flowers. My last name, Soares, I don't get it for years. And then I put together, oh, we have Celtic, Lusitanian descent. But out of this, flowers, pig farm. Okay.
Good news.
So we start with a tour. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So then.
Thank you, João.
Yeah.
That was some good stuff.
Yeah, I like. Sometimes I have guests who don't like that much history, but I guess I make it a bit more funny.
It helps us understand the tours.
Yes.
My girlfriend in high school was an Ashland
Oh, really?
friend in Rhode Island, which has a good
High Portuguese population in Rhode Island.
Yeah, you know. Yes. Rhode Island, and there's a next little state who have all.
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Yeah.
Fall
Fall
River.
River, New Bedford.
Right, that borders Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Big fishing industry.
Yeah. Maybe for that. Yeah.
But in Rhode Island, it was her father was a baker.
Oh.
We had a bakery.
Oh yeah. Oh, that is good that you say.
That is.
The village where I came from is a tiny little village with the temperament sense because of the mixed French and Portuguese name called Alfama. And out there is she runs a bakery, a traditional. There's a bakery shop. There's a wooden oven. Big was for the whole quad and hotels as well. So, always in the morning, because the bread has to be cheap. She looks like. So the arms don't look very strong. She looks. And the shop, because it was a big oven, was very long. I can say to you, this shop can kill you.
Thank you.
So let's go.
Okay.
This is a private look. You can give me. You have already. Yeah, sorry. So. So let's.
Where are we going first?
So we will go to downtown,
Okay.
and then I will explain a little bit how the houses looks, because you can see the tsunami.
Oh yeah.
Now I have to go around this island.
If you have any good restaurants in this area, João, for tonight, just let us know on the trip.
Okay.
Within walking distance.
Which food you like?
We like it all. So, you know, I like traditional Portuguese, but we like fish, we like meat, we like it all. Mostly, I'd say mostly fish.
So this is great because we are a sea nation
yeah.
Yes.
with a lot of dishes. Even for cod fish, we have over 300 receipts.
Yeah, we started in Porto trip. We're almost done. We're leaving tomorrow, but we started our trip in Porto.
Ah, okay. No.
We went from I lived in Portugal, so he took us to the north. We visited a little village, you know, close to the border of Spain. We've been eating, you know, just in Porto, in Hierro, Beiro, Nazaré. We went to Cascais to splurge for our last couple of nights.
Ah, okay.
So we've had a lot of good food. A lot of good food.
Understand that.
A lot of good Portuguese. You know, like, I love the sardines. I love the codfish. Everything's so fresh.
There's a Catalana in Nazaré. The little.
Oh yeah.
Do you eat one day cozida all'anciana?
What's that?
That is pork meat and also seafood also inside, also mixed with potatoes inside, and it is served in a metal jar.
Yeah.
Who was grilled. So yeah, I would recommend it.
Yeah, if you know any restaurants, that would be great.
Yes.
Just so we can walk through them tonight in the area.
Yes, of course. So-
we walked this yesterday. We walked to the center. Where we walked?
The commercial.
Commercial is Plaza de Comercio, right?
Plaza de Commercio.
Yes. Okay. Then But I don't need to go there.
And that was all rebuilt after the.
Yes, everything here is around was built after 1755. Yes.
Beautiful.
So behind this house or on the right, you cannot see there's uptown. And sometimes we have an opportunity to help the people to come up. And we call these devices elevadores. Unfortunately, this one who is now
Oh, the
funicular
accident.
it was here. Yes.
But you call it what? Elevadores?
Elevadores, not only the funiculars, also the lifts.
Okay.
Yes.
We have also lifts. We call them all elevadores because it is a Latin sources word, means to bring you to up part. It sounds more complicated like this, bring you up, more or less. So this one.
I saw the flowers here yesterday. This is where the accident.
Yeah, unfortunately, the engineer bureau who look every years about the security was there a week before. And they get approval, make the sign, and the rope was cable was cut off, and the two secret systems were just included, didn't work. So the train who was down, he just go 2 meters, nothing was happened. But the other was very high, get a high speed, and the place where they go to the side to go the two trains along by side.
Yeah.
This part there was too fast and too fast go there, so this train go to the side, fall to the house wall, and because the up part was just by wood, a lot of people die inside, unfortunately. And since then all of these elevators are stopped.
Yeah.
Because 3 systems falling down, so someone have made something wrong. If it's the system, they have to rebuild everything. If it's the bureau, someone goes to gate for a long time. And if someone goes even away of Portugal, they will catch it everywhere right now. So there's a specialty in our country. If someone makes something like that, okay, we have not. We have army, but we was this army, the modern army, was for the purpose that we are the last country would be overtaken by the Russian. So we had 80% of the forces was special forces, red and green barracks we call them. Red for the city, green for the for outside. So when someone like this fleeing, will catch him everywhere, even in the countries you have no contract. It's no problem. We get them and we bring them back. So, oh yeah, I have to talk about history. This one is the restauradores, means the restoring, and is related to the 60 years of Spanish rulerships. Spain and before Castilla never get us by war. But when our kingdom have no successor, the kingdom fall to the Spanish. So we liberalize us from them after 3 Spanish kings, Philip I to Philip III. For the Spanish it's Philip II to Philip IV. And then we have to put our empire again together, and the people who goes around make wars. For them is make this monument. And that's why it's called restauradores, means restore the empire. Restauradores means restoration, like a car, restore a car. That is restoration.
Now, did all of this survive the tsunami?
Oh, they talk about 50,000 people, the half of the city.
Wow.
There's even mass graves along.
Did the architecture survive the city?
Here down?
Did this architecture survive? Or
No, there's everything is new. Everything built after 1755.
November 1st.
Yes. All since then, which makes us more miracle. So what we see now is on my right, after this building, which is the hotel, you will see a very special design house. That is our train station, and it is built in the monolithic style. The monolithic style is, you can only find it in Portugal. The monolithic style is named after King Manuel from the 15th century, of course, the train station is from the 19th, so it is neoclassic. So a fun fact about this train station, the train stopped in the upper floor because behind is uptown. So you see now here on the left, the train station called Rocio, and that is the square Rocio. And on the top of this pillar is the son of Maria the First, Pedro IV. So Pedro IV was a 9-year-old prince when he went to Brazil because the Napoleon War troops were coming, and he was still a prince when he came back.
How long was he in Brazil?
Oh, just 5 years. 5 years.
That's when she sent everybody there.
Yeah. I guess she was not went there. She was here. So, and when he came back, and then later he became king, he remembers of a good function, Rio de Janeiro, and he always saw a still destroyed Lisbon from the earthquake and the tsunami. And he gets the idea to split the empire in two. So he becomes the first king of Brazil, Pedro I. Journalists ask him, so now you are king of both, where do you want to be buried? And he said, I want to be buried in Brazil, but my heart will always stay in Portugal. So, I don't know what, but maybe the next king didn't like him very much, because these words the next king taken literally. So when he died, they opened the body, take the heart off, put in a basilica in Porto, which the old name was Portugal. So, but we have a lot of stories about hearts of our kings. I will tell you too. So we have just a few seconds time, but this time you see straight line streets like New York. Yeah. The house rows have the same size and the windows have the same distance. That is built in a row. Even take over 100 years, but it was built that fast as possible. Now please look on the right. There you see the elevator Santa Justa, built 1902. See?
Brings you uptown.
Yeah, bring you uptown. Behind is a bridge. Built 1902 by a Portuguese engineer. In the beginning, this lift was powered by a water tank. So the water tank was linked to the cabin. Cabin was down, water tanker was up, filled up with water, get heavy, push the cabin with the people up. Right now is electric and of course out of order because of the accident. So it is electric because the old mechanism takes so long to come up. So that's why they changed. So the next you will see could be important when you came back to your home, and for the case you found some guy come original from Lisbon. And I would guess you will talk about Lisbon. You will talk maybe about a beautiful city, maybe you will talk about a nice tour guide. But it comes a question when you are not in this Tuk-Tuk again. He or she will ask you if you saw the Sant Antonio.
The what?
The Sant Antonio, St. Anthony.
Yeah.
So what is about St. Anthony? St. Anthony is one of the most important holy persons of the Catholic Church. He is the saint of the poor people and the lost.